Scottish Rasta in Uganda. That's what they called me. My hair was going curly afro kind of vibe, and tourist Bob Marley played everywhere. The place was lush. Trees, palm trees, everywhere. All this inside-outside lifestyle lit up. Places like Iguana, Mishmash, Fast. Total polar opposite of the Dundee scene or the Boar's Rock. The only palm trees you got in Dundee were in the Cash and Carry and Fintry. Back in Dundee though, I had this mega meltdown. My best mate, Snaggles, Dundee's Mick Jagger, pure love dancing like that Mick Jagger, he says to me, go to Uganda, write about him, Idi Amin. So I said to him, I will. So I did. But the thing about Uganda was, it was so distracting. The place, the people. Like Michael. Michael was always like, Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Jah, one love. That made me laugh, because Michael had more birds than bloody Bob Marley himself. He said, really, and nature is best. And by the way, all the time. So I said to him, I'm fae Uganda, I was born in Ginger. And he goes, really? And then he does this slow, hip-swaying dance that was mega distracting. Michael wasn't like all the other African guys. He was hot AF. Everybody wanted to hang about with him, especially the NGOs. But it was me and him. We'd go about dancing all the time, and I never had to worry about people coming up to me and going, what are you fae? See, I didn't have to be on that down low anymore. Michael, in a way, was Uganda. First time I met him, he was wearing a cowboy hat. Cowboy of Kampala. He called all the white people boss or super duper boss. And he always came away with weird things. He had this dignity when he was hustling you. He says to me, out the blue one day, by the way, you are a good person, but Idi Amin Dada has ruined you for anyone. I thought, really? Them words are ringing right through my head when I go to Makerere University to speak to Professor Mahood. Professor Mahood had also got kicked out by Idi Amin, and he'd written a lot of books on the subject. So here I was trying to ask him these educated questions, but he wasn't into it. No one single bit. And I was like, I was thinking about what my mate in Dundee said. Dundee, Snaggles. He said to me, go to Uganda, write about him, Idi Amin. And I did. So I read that out to Professor Mahood. I had a dream, and in it God told me to expel the Asians in 90 days. I have a dream. One, a true king. The other wasn't any kind of king. Not even the last king of Scotland. What the fuck does he know about Scotland? Wearing a kilt doesn't make you Scottish. Just then, Professor Mahood invites me to lecture on the Hungarian question. What's the Hungarian question, I thought? But it's about the land in Africa, same as the Highland clearances. Land grabbing. And it's not just the Asians that are after the land, it's the Americans and Chinese. They're mining the uranium and the cobalt. The African people need their land back. How can all those people be starving in a country where anyone can grow? Professor Mahood says to me, do you want to meet Mr. Mehta? Mr. Mehta, he's the top businessman. He runs all the sugar plantations in Uganda. He's like Indian royalty. I was like, yeah. The only people I ever got to meet in Dundee were minks and sometimes junkies. I felt like Uganda was giving me a lifeline. Mr. Mehta's people were going to call me. I was reeling. Next thing, Rasta Michael arrives on a boda. Professor Mahood looks at him and me harshly. We were going to my house in Ginger to see my old house, but didn't really ken where it was. See, my mum and dad had tried to kibosh the whole Uganda Ginger thing. So the only thing we knew was Plot 16, Madvani Road. So we carried on regardless, going over and over all these long, dusty roads, trying to avoid the potholes that were the size of Calcutta. And when we get to the bridge in Ginger, I remember my dad said it was just like the Tay Bridge. And he was right. We finally found it, the house. After asking literally everyone in Ginger. There was wee kids running about the garden. They were all wearing those wee jelly sandals. And I thought, they've lived through about 3 Idi Amins and some, and they'll never get a chance to escape. But at least they're not pure addicted to the fags like the bairns in Dundee. Imagine if they came running over to you. Nayabo, please, madame, gi's a couple of draws. On the way back from Ginger, I thought I'd have this peaceful epiphany. But everything was exactly the same. Kampala was boiling. That subtropical heat just made you want to go out all the time. I was hanging about with Michael, eating these cheese chapati rolled up things called Rolexes. And going out, I'd forgotten all about the hoose and Ginger. We went to Fast Rolex, Mishmash Rolex, Iguana Rolex. The days are just going by like that. And then this day happened. All in a one-eye. What's the odds? Mr. Mehta called. Mr. Mehta was tall and distinguished. He was graceful in how he put things. We were in his mansion, sitting around the dining table. And he said to me, "You speak Scottish." He spoke to me in Gujarati. My mum and dad had stopped speaking Gujarati. They stopped speaking Swahili, Hindi, Luganda when they got to Fintry. Mr. Mehta says, even after thousands of years of persecution, the Israelis still teach and speak Hebrew. It's important to assimilate with cultures, but never forget your roots. They're the extra strengths in life. Mr. Mehta talked a lot about Idi Amin. He said that Idi Amin had promised that he could stay, but he never kept that promise, and the soldiers came and raided all the camps. Mr. Mehta got out just in time. He spoke about Uganda after Idi Amin. He said that they asked all the Asians back because they couldn't run the sugar plantations or the businesses without them. He said Idi Amin used to come to his house. He says he was a friend, if you could call anyone like him a friend. A very big personality when he was sober, very charming. But when he got into a fit of anger, he was like a wild animal. And then Mr. Mehta says, I told him not to do it. I told him not to expel the Asians. It will affect the economy of Uganda forever. The peahens were making a racket in his garden. And then he says to me, where you are sitting, Amina sat in that chair. Right then, I felt him, Idi Amin. He was there. See, I'd never met him in real life, but I felt like I had, because he was with me from the very start. On the way back from Mr. Mehta's house, if things weren't shit and scary enough, I start hearing this mental, high-pitched screeching. It was like this hellish gospel. It was blaring for a church. And my Boda guy, he's swaying about all over the shop. I think he was half pissed or something. Moses, he's trying to stop the Boda. The screeching is getting louder. He stops the bike. My phone's ringing. I'm trying to answer it. Moses is pointing. The screeching is going right through us. Moses points at the church. I answered the phone. It was Snaggles' wife. Then Moses just goes gawping at the church. Someone has passed. I dropped my phone. Snaggles was dead. Right then in Kampala, I saw the Dundee Boars rock. I seen Snaggles giving it Mick Jagger. And I heard him saying, go to Uganda, write about him, Idi Amin, them's the true battles, ain's of the heart. But then I realised I couldn't write any more, no without him. I was standing in Hooters greeting. What a name for a reggae club. I told Michael, Kampala is kicking my arse. And Michael just says, there's one reality in Kampala. The rain was drenching the whole place. And I was totally fed up of the whole Idi Amin thing. So I started chewing these miller leaves to get wasted with the Rastas. And I thought I might see Paul Weller or something, But I didn't, I seen my mum as a wee lassie. She was walking to school in Lagauzi. Her feet were in those jelly sandals. The Ugandan sun was making her smile. She was smiling at me. I saw my dad's shop, Mola Atta and Sons. I saw my mum and dad at their house, plot 16 Madvani Road. I saw them the day they left to go to the airport, the Ginger and Tebby Road to the airport. The soldiers, the roadblocks, the soldiers stopped all the cars. They took people out the cars. They were dragging women away. Kamamayo! Kamamayo! Mambara, our driver, he helped us. He said, never look the soldiers in the eye. Keep your head down. The soldiers, they searched everywhere. They took everything. Plastic bangles, photos, books. They searched everywhere. They took everything they can get their hands on. They raked right through my nappy. Their hands were so black. I seen my mum standing in Fintry when she says, I tried to stop them. But see, the rain, it wouldn't stop, and I got so angry. I saw Idi Amin walking about, all lavish and full, drinking our whiskey, wearing our tartans, shagging all his women, and how not one drop of his people's pain had hit him. And I knew then the suffering hadn't ended, no for Africa or me. And then I started to hear everything in Gujarati and Scottish. It was just like Burns in his top-notch flow. Welcome him, Asian William Wallace. Indian Mzungu, they shouted. But I said, I'm no Mzungu, I'm fae here. And then the streets of Fintry came right back. Findus curry pancakes, chapatis rolled up with marmalade. My wee sister running right through Rothus Park, playing football for Dougie lads, better than bend it like some cunt Beckham. I seen my sister snogging Elvis the pelvis. But then I got the true right hook to the head, the pure scalp to the puss. I seen my mum pregnant. She was walking up this brae by herself. She was going to the hospital, getting the number 9 bus to Nine Wells to have my sister. I seen my dad in Michelin. His hands are broken. He's drinking beer fae they cans with the sexy women. 2, 4, 6, 8. We don't want to integrate. The endless news he watched. My brother's crying. His AC/DC jacket is splattered with blood after some man punched him to fuck. And then I knew then things would have been so much better if we never left. When I get back to Dundee, I show my mum the picture of our house in Ginger. And she just says, that's not it.